Okay, so good evening, teachers. Okay, welcome to the webinar tonight. So the today topic will be teaching mixed ability classes in Young Learner ELT. So I'm teacher Sandra. Okay, I'm a co-founder of Edulingo, and nice to meet you, teachers, and then welcome to the webinar. So this is my profile. Okay, so first of all, let me introduce you the objective of today's webinar. So we are going to explain what mixed ability classes really are, and we are going to identify learner differences between beyond language proficiency, and then we are going to explain major theories supporting mixed ability teachings, and we are going to design differentiated activities. And later we are going to organize effective group work. And later we are going to apply practical strategies immediately. Okay. Okay. First of all, I would like to ask you one question. How can one teacher successfully teach students who are all different? Any ideas, teachers? Any volunteer teachers? How can one teacher successfully teach students who are all different? ဆရာဆရာမတယောက်အနေနဲ့ပေါ့နော်ကျောင်းသူကျောင်းသားတွေကွဲပြားခြားနားတဲ့ကျောင်းသူကျောင်းသားတွေကိုအောင်မြင်အောင်ဘယ်လိုမျိုးသင်ကြမလဲဆရာတို့ဆရာမတို့နော် yes teacher
Yes, teacher. One of the strategy that I usually use in my class that I try to differentiate the task of the task, and then I differentiate the level of those tasks. And then if the how should I say higher level group finished, they need to do more challenging one. So that's how I usually do my handle my mixed class. Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for sharing, teacher. Yes, it's perfect, teacher. Okay. Long time no see, teacher. Okay.
Yes, teacher. Long time no see.
Okay. I remember your sweet voice. That's why. Okay. Okay, thank you. So another volunteer? Any volunteer teachers? It's okay, no? You can share either in English or either in Burmese, okay? Any idea, teachers? Okay, so if you don't have lots of idea yet, later at the end of this webinar, you will know how to deal with those things, okay? So thank you so much. And then shall we move on like this? Okay, so first of all, you are a homegrown teacher of a very young learner class. In that class, here are the learner's profile. Student A, finish everything in 5 minutes. Student B, reads slowly. For student C, loves drawing. Student D, rarely speak. So in that class, imagine you are the class teacher, okay, of that class. Which student do you find the most difficult to teach and why? So teacher, please type your choice in the chat box, A or B or C or D. Which student do you find the most difficult to teach? Could you kindly type your answer in the chat box, teacher? Just only A or B or C or D? Okay. Thank you for your answer, teacher. Yeah, B, yeah, B, D, B, D, B, D. Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you for your answer, teachers. Yes, thank you for your answer. Okay, so among those teachers who type B, any volunteer teachers, why? Why do you think it would be the most difficult to teach? Any volunteer?
Yes, teacher. May I, teacher?
Yes. Yes, teacher. Long time no see, teacher. Thank you so much
Yes,
for
teacher.
supporting me, teacher. Okay.
It's okay, teacher. That topic is really interesting for me. That's why I joined
Okay,
here.
thank you, teacher.
Yes, teacher. For me, the students, the other student type C and type D, who loves drawing, who rarely speaks,
they, for my perspective, from my perspective, they might probably have some knowledge about the particular lesson, but they don't have like too much interest in the, discussion or in the lesson. So that's why they just try to do the, for student C, maybe he or she just try to draw something without paying attention in that class discussion. And then we also like experience such kind of students in like students like in student D.
Yes,
They don't speak, but it doesn't mean that they don't understand. They don't want to speak, or maybe they shy to open their mouth, right? So that's
yes,
why
teacher.
the student who reads slowly might be most difficult to teach. Like that student, they have only little knowledge of like reading, and then so maybe that person encounter the problems of reading. So it's difficult for me to train them, teacher. So that's why I chose B.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for your answer, teachers. Okay, so who's next? Any volunteer teacher who would like to share? Feel free to share your experience, teacher. Okay. Yes, 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 yeah. Okay.
Chair, are we still on the topic of student B, or could I share my perspective of my answer?
Yeah, you can
Chat?
share. You can share your perspective of your answer.
As I have sent in the chat, like I
Yes.
mentioned, it's the class itself is the most challenging for me rather than the individual students, because we can know the necessity and the needs and the preferences of the individual students. So to meet their requirements individually, it's not that challenging for me personally. But to manage the whole the whole class with different needs and different preferences, it is like the most challenging for me. So yeah, that is my perspective, Chair, because we have to adjust and adapt according to their needs, and it's like multitasking. Within a very few minutes within a class
Yes,
time,
of
we're
course.
like doing about 25 activities or 30 activities at the same time, like that for me. So yeah.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for your answer, teachers, like this, right? It is really difficult to manage mixed ability classes, right? Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing like this. Okay, so shall we move to another one like this, right? So actually, none of those students, like I have mentioned, student A or D, they are not bad. They are simply different like this, right? So first of all, in order to handle mixed ability classes, we need to understand what is mixed ability classes mean like this, right? So one thing, okay, before we talk about that one, okay, what are the differences among learners? What differences have you noticed among your learners? How are they differ? Their learning style or their learning
Intelligence
background?
difference.
Yes, yes, teacher.
Motivation too.
Yes, prior knowledge.
Yeah, motivation. Okay, learning style, prior knowledge. Yes, thank you, teachers. And what else?
Their context and backgrounds, their
Yeah, context
socioeconomic
and background. Yes. Yes, thank you for your answer, teacher. Yes, of course. So here, let me show you some example like this, right? Okay, thank you. Yes, their background and intelligence, of course, teachers like this, right? So when we talk about mixed ability, okay, so they differ according to their academic level, okay, their proficiency level, and their learning speed. Okay, there may be some slow learner or fast learner like this, okay, and like that, their motivation may differ, and their confidence, and their interest, and their personality, and their learning style, and also their family background like this, right? Supported family background or like this, right? Very busy family background like those things, or maybe some relationship with the teacher, quite close to the teacher, so that they can ask some suggestions or feedback like those things. And then their previous learning experience, okay? And another thing is their language exposure may differ like this, right? These are the differences among learners. So here, mixed ability does not mean, one thing I want to make sure that mixed ability does not mean strong student versus weak student only. It's mean mixed every child is unique. Okay, so that's why we need to think about and activities that will suit the needs of individual student like this, right? So when we, most of the teachers, they think that when we talk about mixed ability, okay, only strong students and weak students. No, not like that, right? Okay, it's mean every child is unique and they are special. We have to prepare the lesson plan that will suit their needs like this, okay? So first of all, Mali, let me explain a little bit about multiple intelligence. So which student usually enjoys drawing? What kind of multiple intelligence, teacher? Any idea? Let me show you an example. So especially spatial intelligence, such kind of students, they enjoy drawing. So what about who love music? What kind of multiple intelligence is it?
Auditory
Yeah,
or
that's right.
you-
Okay. Yeah,
Yes,
auditory and
auditory intelligence.
yes, thank
Well,
you, teacher. Like this, right? It will be like, okay, musical intelligence too. Yes, musical intelligence too. Thank you. And another thing is who enjoys teamwork? It will be,
interpersonal.
yes, interpersonal intelligence like this, right? And then who likes reading? Linguistic intelligence like this, right? So these are an example of multiple intelligence that student may have, okay? So some student, they usually enjoy drawing, they have spatial intelligence. So who love music, okay? Those students may have musical intelligence. So some student, they enjoy teamwork. They prefer to work in groups or in pair work like those things. Those students have interpersonal intelligence. And there are some students, they prefer reading instead of speaking. So they may have some kind of linguistic intelligence like this. So here, according to Howard Gardner, 1983, intelligent isn't one thing. Children are intelligent in different ways. So one teaching method cannot reach everyone. According to Howard Gardner. So let me ask you one thing. Which intelligence do your students show most often? Since you are teaching young learners, which intelligence do your students show most often? Spatial intelligence or musical intelligence?
Yes, almost all kinds of differences and intelligences I see among my students. Yes.
Yeah, thank you for your answer, teacher, like this. Yeah, most of them, right? Okay, since they are quite young, right? First, they have to draw and color like those things, right? Thank you for your answer, teachers. Okay, so most of the teacher, sometimes they complain. Teaching mixed ability classes is really, really difficult. So here, we are going to find it out. Why teaching mixed ability classes difficult? What makes mixed classes stressful? Since most of you are teaching mixed ability classes, what makes mixed classes stressful? Maybe I think some of the teachers have already mentioned. They have prepared a lot of lessons or a lot of worksheets like this, right? In order to suit their learners' needs. And what else? What makes mixed classes stressful?
And since like the young learners, they love to move a lot.
Yeah.
Some students they love to move a lot, and then they love to learn by moving. So once they are finished, the classroom management become a little chaotic. The
Yeah,
classroom become a little noisy. That is the most stressful part for me.
Yeah, I see. Like this, right? Okay. Thank you so much for sharing. So yeah, like this. Yeah, pace. Okay, pace. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your response, not teachers. Yeah, attention. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let me show you. So these are example. So preparing different worksheets. We need to prepare different worksheets, okay, in order to meet the learner needs like this, right? And there will be the limited lesson time. So for example, most of the class, they will have only 45-minute lessons. So within 45-minute lessons, the teachers has to do a lot of things like this, right? And then giving equal attention, there are lots of students in your class. You have to give equal attention to them. And then at the time, Another thing is that you have to choose suitable level, which level of students, okay, you are teaching. If you have mixed ability classes, you need to think about differentiated instruction or differentiated tasks, okay, to meet their learner needs like this, okay? Yeah, because we don't know well about learner needs and background, of course, teacher. So that's why it makes, okay, teaching mixed ability classes difficult. So another thing is that, okay, one thing we have to bear in our mind is that related with cognitive load theory, because working memory is limited, especially for young learners. They have shorter attention spans. For example, imagine carrying shopping bags, okay? So if I give you one bag, the task will be easy, right? But how about if I give you 10 bags? It would be really heavy, right? It is impossible. So like this, learning works similarly. So if we give too much information, it is loaded like this, right? Cannot move properly, and then it's freeze like this. So especially for weak learners, if we get too much information, so overload, cannot process properly. So for example, you are given the instructions, a lot of instruction at the same time. So send instruction, student will have to do after another 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So talk about a lot of instructions, too much information and overload, especially for the weak learners. So at the time, they froze like this, right? So what about strong learners? If they are too little challenge, they feel bored like this, right? Okay, too little challenge, I feel bored like those things, right? So cognitive load theory was mentioned by Dr. John Streller, like this, as you can see in the photo. So one thing I want to ask you is, teacher, have you ever seen fast finisher checked in because they finished early? What about in your class? Have you ever seen like that?
All the time.
Yeah, all the
Teacher.
time. Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you for your responses, teachers like this, right? Yeah, okay. At the time, how can we deal with that, like those things, right? Because they finish early and then they chat, like those things. Why the others are struggling, like this, right? So let me show you solutions for that one. Today's webinar, I will share 3 solutions to that one. How to deal with mixed ability classes. So first of all, the good news is that you don't need 4 lesson plan. You simply need flexible teaching. So the first solution will be group teaching. Second solution will be differentiated. The third solution will be very teaching method like this. Okay. So first of all, I will deal with first solution. How can we deal with group teaching? Okay. So before I share my ideas, let me ask you a question, teacher. How do you currently group teachers? How do you currently group students in your class? Any volunteers? Yes.
Based on their age, teacher, based on
Okay.
their age and based on their background knowledge.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Yeah,
Yes.
if it is the language class, so we also have the level task before the start of the class.
Yes, teacher. Thank you for your answer, teacher. Okay. So who's next? Okay. Yeah, depend on the activity, weak learner, first learner, sometimes randomize, sometimes specify, sometimes randomly based on the activity, content, and level. Okay, thank you for your responses, teachers. Control practice, weak and strong, freer, strong and strong. Okay, I see. Thank you for your answer, teachers. Okay, let me share. Okay, like this, right? So we normally, or we commonly group students according to their ability. Okay, there may be like the ability groups or mixed ability groups, and then interest groups, and then another one will be random groups, and the last one will be flexible groups. We can group student like this according to this group name. Okay, depend on my lesson. Okay, thank you. So we can group the students according to their ability. Okay, sometimes mixed ability like this, or weak student and strong students according to the interest, random group or flexible groups. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, in order to make it clear, we will do an activity. Shall we do it? Well, it's just a quick activity here. What you have to do is you have to match the situation with the suitable groups. I gave you altogether 5 situations. Situation A, situation B, situation C, D, and E. So you have to match this situation with the bus grouping, whether ability group or mixed ability group, interest group, random group, and flexible groups. Are they suitable? Which will be the best grouping for each situation, teacher? I give you 3 minutes, and after 3 minutes, we will discuss about it. Okay, so shall we discuss a little bit about it? Because I just want to share a lot, that's why. Okay, so here. For situation A, okay, students, they are preparing for a Cambridge PT exam. So what type of grouping will be the best grouping for them? Ability group or?
Yes, ability.
Ability groups.
Ability group.
Okay, ability group. Okay, thank you for your response, teachers. Like this, right? Of course. Best grouping will be ability groups like this, right? Okay. So what about situation B? Students are designing a poster about protecting the environment. Which grouping will be the best for this situation, teachers?
Mixed ability.
Mixed ability.
Yes, perfect, teacher. Mixed ability groups, teacher. So what about situation C? Students choose whether to read about sports or music or
Interest.
Interest groups.
Perfect teacher, like this, right? Interest group. And for situation D, you want to quit speaking activity at the beginning of a class.
Random group.
Yes, random group would be the best. Thank you for your answer, teachers. So what about situation E? Today's lesson focuses on grammar, but tomorrow lesson is projects, okay? The best grouping will be?
Flexible.
Yes, flexible groups. Yes, yeah. Any other questions, yeah?
Yes, teacher. Could you please clarify a bit more on flexible groups? Because that is the first time I've ever heard of this term, teacher.
Okay, I see, like this, okay? Flexible mean like this, okay? There is no strict rules, teacher, okay? Random narrowly, we don't think about, okay? So let me clear first. What about random mean? Random mean, we don't care about this one, okay? We use a speak, okay? Pick a we and then let them group. This is a rundown like this, right? Flexible group like this, right? Okay. It means that there may be some students who can work only with that paper. So for example, like this, okay, student A. For example, in the group, you may have students. Okay, student A and student B and student C, like this. So student A want to work with student B, and student B want to work with student C. Okay, at the time, student C want to work with student A. This will be like a group, okay? So flexible. Okay, sometime in your class, you can ask a student, okay, so you have to work group of 4, okay, group of 4 at the time. So at the time, I will let you 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe according to your roll number, blah, 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 or according to your interest, like those things. But this time, sometimes it is difficult to form a group. When you form a group like that, so they don't cooperate together. So in order to achieve the outcome, you have to let your student, okay, found a group of 4 on your own, like this, right? Okay, at the time, okay, teacher, I just only want to work, for example, teacher, I just want to work with teacher Emia Mo, I just only want to work with teacher Nye, okay, teacher Jasmine, I don't want to work with others, it's me, flexible groups, teacher. So A want to work with B, B want to work with C, C want to work with A, like this. Found a group of 4 ဆိုရင်လေသူတို့ကတခြားလူနဲ့မလုပ်တမီးတို့3ယောက်လုပ်လိုက်မယ်တမီးတို့3ယောက်ပဲလုပ်မယ်တခြားလူနဲ့မလုပ်ချင်ဒါမျိုး at the time if I ask them to work with others so they don't cooperate and the result won't be okay like those things so at the time flexible group means let them form a group on their own okay
Yes, Chair, thank you so much. I sometimes
okay.
use this in, but I didn't really realize it was the flexible groups. Thank you,
okay.
Chair.
Yeah, it's okay like this, right? So this is a terminology 10, that's why, but not mostly early we give up, right? Okay. So I let them, okay. Sometimes we will let them work in according to our, okay, choices, but sometimes they don't cooperate. In my class, so it happened most like this, but no. Okay. They are also known as clique, CLIQUE, but not like this, right? There is another terminology called A want to work with B, B want to work with C, C want to work with A. This is also known as clique, like this. Another term, no? Similar with flexible groups. Okay. So right now, how do you currently group students in your class? Like I have mentioned, ability group, interest group, blah, blah, blah. How do you currently group students?
For me, I normally group mixed ability group, teacher.
Okay, thank you, teacher. Okay. Who's next? Who would like to share?
Yes, teacher. Me,
Yes.
I usually use the different kind of grouping method. Depends on different activities. Yes.
Yes, teacher. Depends on the different activity, right? Okay, thank you, teachers. Who's next? Any volunteer who would like to share? Okay. I received send answer in the chat box. Yeah, flexible. I see like this, right? I have one class, no? I cannot group as I like. Okay, I have to let them work flexible. If not, so they won't cooperate like this. That's why. Okay. So there is no single best way to group students, okay? Especially in mixed ability classes. So affected teachers choose the grouping strategy that best match the lesson objective, like you have mentioned, match the lesson objective and the task type, learner needs, and classroom context, right? So we have to think about that one. And then flexible use of different grouping methods, it will help the students maximize their participation, differentiation, and learning outcomes. So it's based on our teacher's ability, right? We have to consider, okay, what type of student I have, okay, which grouping method should I choose, depending on which task type or which lesson objective, like this, right? We have to change like this. So in order to make it clear, shall we do sand predicate thing like this, right? Application, group teaching. Imagine you are teaching a mixed ability class. Your topic is animal. I will let you, actually early, I just want to walk in a group, no? But I didn't expect there are a lot of people joining here. That's why, no? Okay. In your group, you have to design one group activity that helps all students participate. You are teaching a mixed ability class and your topic is animal. In your group, you have to design one group activity that help all the students participate. What kind of group teaching you are going to carry out, no? So here. So I will let you work with a partner, no? Like this. Wait for a while, no? Since I don't have another helper. For the time being now, I want you to think about it. Actually, I'm not quite good at, okay, technology. I will give you 3 minutes for thinking time. Well, not later, but you have to share your idea. Okay, I will start the breakout room. I will give you only maybe 3 minutes. And after 3 minutes, when you come back, you have to share your idea. I will start the breakout room. Please join the breakout room, teachers. Okay. Teacher, please join the breakout room and you can share your idea too. Welcome back, teacher. No, sorry, teacher, because I have to end the meeting early. So sorry for that one. Due to the limited time. Okay, limitation of time. That's why. Okay. So welcome back, teachers. So any volunteer, any idea? You are going to teach animals, okay? One group activity that we have all the student participates. Any idea, teachers? Any volunteers?
Yes, teacher. Can I
Yeah.
share one of my teacher's ideas in the group chat, in the breakout room? Yes, that teacher Pio said that she would like to use a kind of presentation for them. In their presentation, the students can draw, and then some effect they can research, and then she can, how should I say, assign them into different tasks like drawer. If you're good at drawing, you draw, and then researcher, reader, they read, and then also other presenter who is good at speaking. So that kind of activity she chose to assign the mixed ability students. Yes, teacher.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, teachers, like this. Yes, of course. We can do like that, teachers. Okay. So for the sake of time, let me share mine like this, right? Okay. So here, you can think about like those things. Well, now, which grouping method, okay? Ability grouping method, mix or interest or random or flexible, like those things. Well, no? So here, this is just an example. This is my answer like this, right? For example, the topic is animal, right? So learning objective will be student can identify animals and their food. So grouping method will be mixed ability groups. So the materials I'll be using will be animal picture cards and food picture cards, banana, fish, okay, grass, meat, and carrot like this, okay? I will let them do it, okay? Each group, they receive several animal cards and food cards. So the student work together to match each, okay, animal with the correct foods. So monkey will be banana, rabbit, carrots, lion, meat, elephant, grass, okay? After matching, student will say, for example, student A say lion, student B say meat, okay? Together, they have to say the lion eats meat like this, right? So for lower level learners, we matching pictures only. We will let them do matching pictures only. And then for the answer, repeat after the teachers. For higher level learners, okay, let them say complete sentences. The rabbit eats carrots. The monkey likes banana, like those things, depending on their ability, okay? So for lower level learners, they only have to do matching. That's enough. For higher level, they have to say the complete sentence like this. So this activity, this example linked with ELT theory, according to Vygotsky zones of proximate development, ZPD, like this, right? So it will allow more capable peers to support others through scaffolding. So another one is, according to Johnson, cooperative learning, well-designed group work, it will promote positive interdependence, individual accountability, and face-to-face interaction. And it also linked with CLT, because learner will use English to achieve a meaningful purpose rather than simply practicing isolated language forms like this, okay? Actually, when we are teaching young learners, okay, we have to choose the topic that is applicable in their reality so that it will make students remember more about that one. So for example, we teach them food and animal. So they see such kind of animals in their environments or in their surroundings so that they can apply. For those topics, they remember better like this one, no? So at the time, low-level students, since they are low-level, being able to match the pictures, okay, with the food, it is their achievement, is enough. For higher level students, they have to say complete sentence. It is their achievement like this, but the topic will be the same like this. Another thing is that let me show you about another rotation and group teaching. When we talk about teaching, so when we talk about rotation and group teaching, each group, they start at a different station. For example, they are divided into small group like this, right? Each group start at a different station and they rotate to the next station after a set time. For example, for every 8 minutes, 10 minutes at the timer, you need a timer, or maybe you have to remind the student, okay? If I show you or if I clap at the time, you have to change to another station like those things. You have to inform the student in advance. So each station has a different purpose, scale focus, or level of challenge. Let me show you another rotation and group teaching. I will show you, no, for the sake of time, because I just want to show you 3 solutions already. That's why. So the topic will be animal. Okay, so class will be, age is 6 to 8 years old. The topic is animal. Time will be 40 minutes. So how can I form a group? 4 groups of 4 students like this. Let me show you. So every 8 minutes, groups move to the next station. For station 1, students have to match animal pictures and words. The focus will be vocabulary. Okay, so let me mute a little bit. Okay. For station 2, you have to listen and you have to point to the correct animal. Here in this station, the focus will be listening. For station 3, they have to do role play at the zoo. The focus will be speaking. For station 4, activity, they have to do color and label an animal. So the focus will be writing, or they have to use their motor skills, like those things, or not. So let me explain a little bit about it. So here, for station 1 vocabulary, they have to match animal pictures to words. Challenge will be they have to use the word in a sentence. So after 8 minutes, student from station 1, they have to move to station 2. So station 2 will move to station 3. Student from station 3 will move to station 4. And student from station 4 will move to station 1, like this. Okay, so after 8 minutes, they have to change from one station to another station. For station 2, they have to do listening. At the time, the student will have to listen to the teacher or maybe an audio. For example, find the animal that can fly. At the time, the student will point, a teacher, this is animal, blah, blah, blah. Or they will pick up the correct picture like this. So for station 3, the focus is speaking, right? So that's why student will ask and answer. What's your favorite animal? I like pandas. Why? Because they are cute, like those things. They have to speak. For station 4, crafting, right? So the student will color an animal and they have to complete. It is a cat. It can't, blah, 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 like those things. So we can do rotational group teaching. At the time, one thing you have to remember, you need to set or you need to assign a student as the monitor of that station. So you have to assign them. Okay. For example, okay, you will assign Olivia, you have to be the monitor of station 3. You have to make sure, okay, your classmates, they are speaking, they are asking and answering, like those things. So as a teacher, you need to rotate, or if you have to read out the instruction at the time, you have to stay in the station 2. If not, okay, if you play the audio solution, you can facilitate, you can monitor whether they are actually doing or not, like this, okay? Because there are 4 stations in your class. In your class, you can divide like this, okay? In the 4 corner, there will be the station 1, there will be the station 2, station 3, station 4, like this. You can do like that. So the kids will be really happy to do like that. For a station, when they do like that, and then after 8 minutes, they change to station 2, they do another thing, like those things. So such kind of rotational group teaching is also linked to ELT theory. Like I have mentioned before, it links with ZPD, okay? Vygotsky, zones of proximate development, and also related with differentiated instructions, okay? According to Tomlinson. So station, they can vary in task complexity, support, or project, and it will allow learner to work at an appropriate level. So they also use CLT. Speaking and interaction station give learner meaningful opportunity to use English, and they will learn by doing. Okay, so children learn more effectively through active participation rather than passive listening, like this. They will learn more about it. So shall we move to solution 2 here, like this, right? Solution 2 means we have to use differentiated tasks. What is differentiated tasks? According to Tomlinson, okay, so learning objective should be same. What about the task difficulty? It should be different. So it means that same objective, different support, like this. How can we do like that? Okay, let me show you an example. So for example, I'm teaching, okay, I'm teaching about fruits. So for vocabulary lessons, for the beginner, okay, I will let them do matching pictures. For intermediate level student, I will let them write sentences. For advanced students, okay, I will let them talk about your favorite fruit, blah, 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 like those things. No? This will be called differentiated tasks like this. So teachers can differentiate according to the content, according to process, according to project, or according to learning environment. At the time, we have to consider about student characteristics, whether they are ready to learn or not. So we have to make sure, no? So when the class is in chaos, we cannot start teaching, right? So at the time, we have to use attention grabber in order to get their attention. Okay, eyes on you, eyes on me. Okay, everybody, eyes on you, eyes on me, like those. And then if they are ready, we can start like this, right? If not, so we can start. So we have to check whether they are ready to learn or not. And where we have to check their interest too, and also their learning profile like this, right? So these are some okay. When we talk about differentiated instruction, okay, teacher can vary according to content. What does content mean? Content mean we will use easy story or difficult story. What about process? So we will let them do discussions or drawing based on the student ability, right? Students, okay, performance level. Okay, for a strong student, let them do discussion. For a weak student, let them draw like this, right? So what about the project? Okay. Shall we let them do a poster presentation or essay writing like this, right? What about learning environment? Let them do individually or let them walk in pair or walk in group, like those things. These are differentiated instructions. Only in your classroom, not in a one classroom, you can carry out differentiated instructions. So shall we apply it here? Imagine you have 4 group of students with different English level. You have to create a suitable activity for each group. And the topic is food, like this, okay? How you are going to create it? Related with differentiated instructions. I will give you 2 minutes for thinking time, and after that, we will share, okay? So for example, for beginner, what about the tasks? Okay. What about elementary? What kind of tasks? Okay. What about intermediate? What about advanced? Okay. What kind of tasks would you like to give to them? The topic is food, like this, right? Okay. So any volunteer teachers, any idea that pop up in your mind? For beginner, what kind of tasks would you like to do? What about elementary? What about intermediate? What about advanced? Yes, Sia, go ahead, Sia.
Thank you, Chair. So I'm considering all these students of these different levels will be in the same class, and I will be making an assessment task for them that I could monitor their progress and their outputs. So as for the beginner students, they will be drawing and labeling their favorite food, or they will be showing like basically like drawing and then labeling that they would like. And as for the elementary students, they will be writing a few sentences of their favorite food. They will draw and then they will write a few sentences. Beginner, draw and label. Elementary, draw and then write a few sentences. As for the intermediate level, I'm thinking about asking them to write how to prepare it if I have prepared the vocabulary, like enough vocabulary for them, or the verbs and the like the grammar patterns. Like if I have prepared them, I'll ask them to, step by step explain how they could make their favorite food. And as for the advanced level students, I will ask them to compare and contrast the differences and similarities, and the critic between their two favorite food. I'm thinking about this way, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for your thoughtful explanations. Yeah, like this, right? Yes, you can do like that. Okay, so yeah, okay. For the sake of time, let me share my idea like this, right? Okay, so this is my idea. This is just an example. For beginner, I will let them do matching pictures. Like, oh, thank you for your answer, teachers, like this, right? Okay, in the chat box. Okay, so for beginners, I will let them do matching pictures like this, right? They will match picture with words. For example, apples, blah, blah, blah. And then they have to say, I like apples. So I will give them, as a supporting, I will give them picture cards, word bank, and I will modeling. So the focus will be vocabulary, recognitions, and simple sentence. There's enough because they are just only beginner students, okay? So for elementary, I will assign them to talk about favorite food survey. They have to go around the class, okay? Find someone who like this, right? Such kind of activity, like find someone who, they have to go around the class and they have to ask, what's your favorite food? Do you like pizza? And then they have to complete a simple chart. For example, A like noodles, Mimi like rice, blah, 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 like those things. But no, at the time, as a teacher, I will give the support for sentence phrase. My favorite food is blah, blah, blah. I like blah, 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 because like this, right? My focus will be basic speaking and interaction only because they are just elementary level only. So for intermediate students, okay, I will let them create a healthy menu. They have to walk in groups and they have to design a healthy restaurants menu. They have to design 3 main dishes, 2 drinks, and 2 desserts. And then they have to explain. We chose vegetable because they are heavy. So in order to carry out that activity, I will give them support like this, right? So like useful vocabulary, right? Nutritious, balanced diet, ingredient, and my focus will be on speaking, collaboration, and reasoning like this, right? For the last group, for the events, I will let them hold a debate. Fast food is bad for our health. Student will discuss about advantages and disadvantages like this, right? So the advantages will be convenient. It is convenient, cheap, save time. For disadvantages, it is unhealthy, high in sugar and fat. Later, they have to present their opinion. So at the time, I will give useful language as a support. In my opinion, however, I agreed or I disagree because, so the focus will be on critical thinking and argumentation and fluency like this, right? So if I have to deal with such kind of student in one class, I will prepare like that. It will be a little bit, okay, tiring because we need to prepare extra worksheets like those things, right? Or for those when I will let them do it, blah, 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 like those things, but no? It takes time a little bit. Here, when we're dealing with differentiated instruction, are all students learning about the same topic? Yes, they are learning about food. What is different? Language level will be different, amount of supports will be different, complexity of thinking will be different, and expected outcome will be different. Okay? So is differentiation giving weaker student easier work only? No. It provides appropriate challenges for all learners. For beginner level, it is quite challenging for them enough already. We cannot assign task slides, okay, advanced level student. We can't like this, right? Since according to the academic level, but we have to teach those students in one class. So it is a little bit challenging. You know? At the time, we can do differentiated instruction like this. Although it makes teachers a lot of effort, a little bit in advance. So here, differentiation does not mean preparing for completely different lessons. It means designing. We have to design different pathway so that all the learner can achieve the same learning goal at an appropriate level. You know? For example, for the advanced level student, if we ask them, okay, match the pictures with the food, so it's too boring, no challenging at all. Okay, so that's why they think that, okay, they feel bored and they don't want to study at all, like those things. So that's why we need to think ahead. Okay, if they are sent fast finisher student, what kind of extra activities or extra tasks? Okay, I'm going to assign them like this. We need to think of in advance. So these are also related with ELT theory. According to Thomson, differentiated instruction, we can differentiate by content, process, project, and learning environment like this. And it also relates with Vygotsky ZPD and also scaffolding like this, right? And another one is Krashen's affected filter hypothesis. As long as we create the classroom a safe and supported classroom, students won't be nervous so that they can concentrate more on lesson, because emotions influence language acquisition. If they are too worried, they cannot concentrate on learning. And also CLT also related with this one like this, right? We have to use pair word and group word communication, no? So that they will improve according to their interaction. Although the time is due, let me overshoot a little bit because I just want to share solution 3. So we have to vary teaching methods. How can we vary teaching methods? Okay, let me show you. Which lessons do children remember? Or one with lectures or games? One with lectures or game? Which lesson do children more remember?
Most of the time,
Games like this, right? They remember games. Obviously, yes, games, of course, like this, right? So we can vary teaching method like this, okay? Because different methods reach different learner. For example, we can use story, songs, drama, movement, projects, game, pair work, and role play. There are a lot of different activities we can do. So this is just an example. According to the learner needs, teaching approaches will be different. For example, for visual learner, we can use pictures and flashcards. For kinesthetic and active learner, we will use TPR, total physical response, and games. For social learners, they would like to walk in pair or walk in group. For strong learners, okay, they would like to do projects or discussions. For weak learner, they want the teachers to model first. Modeling and scaffolding, we have to give them instruction step by step. Okay, make sure we have to use CCQ and ICQ at the same time. Okay, so we have to make sure whether they understand our instructions or whether they understand their our concept or like those things. Don't forget to use CCQ and ICQ, no? So teachers can vary teaching methods and interaction patterns, learning materials, classroom activities, and student output. In this way, we can vary teaching methods like this. So let me show you an example. The topic will be food, okay? So we are going to design different ways to teach the same language to different learners. So I will show some example here, no? Actually, I just want to think ahead, but for the sake of time, let me share right now. So, for example, if I use visual methods, I will let the student do food picture presentation. The teacher will show food flashcards. The teacher said, "This is an apple." Student repeat, "apple." Okay. So at the time, student match pictures and words like those things. Here, I'll be using flashcards. Sometimes I will use realia, a poster like this, right? Visual method will be really suitable for young learners, visual learners, and lower level students. But there may be some possible problem. Student may depend too much on pictures. This may be one kind of drawback. So if we use TPR, move to the foods, okay? So we can place food pictures around the classroom. We can place food pictures. And the teacher said, touch the banana. At the time, student will run and touch the pictures like this, okay? So it is really suitable for very young learner and kinesthetic learner. So one possible problem will be difficult in crowded classroom. Like it is really difficult in crowded classroom. Yes, teacher. Okay, I see. Thank you for your questions, Teacher Margaret, like this, right? Yes, we can use differentiated activities, okay? Because the same topic, we are teaching the same topic, right? Okay, the food, okay, but they are carrying different tasks like this, right? According to their assigned tasks, they have challenges already. So that's why they don't have extra time to look around. So let them busy with their assigned tasks. The topic is food, but the assigned tasks will be a little bit different according to their performance like this. So later we will say, okay, today we are going to teach about the food, blah, 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 like those things, right? You have to do blah, 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 like those things. No? Let them busy. Let them busy with their one. No? If we are using differentiated, okay, instructions. But if they are sent students, okay, they feel, okay, teacher, why they have to do extra at the time? Okay, please try to finish this first. If you finish, I will give you more sheet like those things. You can explain that, okay? At the time, as a teacher, you have to monitor, no? Is there any early, okay, finishers or not like this? You have to go around and check, and you have to give the extra. Let them make them busy like this, right? Okay, so another one will be like this, right? Communicative language teaching. So food survey. We can ask a classmate, what is your favorite food? Why do you like it? They collect the information and report back. It is suitable for intermediate learners and because it is speaking focused classes. But lower level students may need language supports. If necessary, you can provide language support. If we use TBLT, you can design a restaurant's menu. The task will be your group own a restaurant. You have to create a menu. Student will decide food items, prices, healthy choices, and the final task will be, okay, present the menu. For example, our restaurants sell healthy foods. We recommend vegetable soup, blah, 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 like those things. But no, it is suitable for mixed ability classes and related with real life communication. But we need to plan it carefully because it takes time too. Another one will be cooperative learning. So when we are talking about differentiated instructions, at the time, you can combine with this one too, cooperative learning. So what about food expert groups? At the time, we have to assign roles. For leader, you have to organize idea. For writer, you have to write answer. For speaker, you have to present your group idea. For helper, you have to check the vocabulary. So if you are talking about food and let them work in groups, so you can assign such kind of duties so that they will have their own duty and they will be busy with their assigned tasks. And they will try to achieve, okay, try to finish their assigned tasks like this. So they have to classify foods which are healthy food and which are unhealthy food, like those things. It is really suitable for mixed ability groups because each student has their own assigned tasks and they will try their best to finish their assigned tasks. Because helper, they don't need to do much, right? They only have to check the vocabulary. For writer, they have to write, but each and everyone has their assigned role like this. But one thing we have to be careful, some student may dominate, okay, dominate like this, right? So this is another thing, but no, we can use grammar translation. Teacher explain countable nouns, an apple, two apples, and countable noun, rice, water, and the student will practice like this, no? So such kind of teaching will be suitable for difficult grammar or vocabulary explanation, but there will be less student interaction. So these varied teaching methods link with ELT theories too. So what about Thompson differentiation? The teacher will have to vary the tasks, materials, and supports. For Vygotsky's, the teacher will provide scaffolding and peer supports. For Garner's multiple intelligence, okay, teachers will use varied activities and methods. So for UDL, it offers multiple ways to learn and show learning like this. So I think some of you are you quite familiar with Garner's multiple intelligence and UDL?
Yes, teacher, a little bit.
A little bit, I see. Okay. For differentiated instruction, Vygotsky, I hope you know, no? So we have had about Vygotsky. For Garner's multiple intelligence, let me explain a little bit, no? For linguistic intelligence, we will let the student, related with food topic, we will let them, okay, describe food, write recipe, For visual or spatial, you have to create food poster. For kinesthetic learners, okay, they have to create TPR food games, like those things. What about musical? They will do food sounds and chants. Okay, for interpersonal, let them have discussions. For logical, let them categorize which is healthy, which is unhealthy food, like those things. Well, no? According to the multiple intelligence, okay, you can assign the students different tasks like this. The same topic, but different tasks. The teacher will be a little bit, okay, how can I say, tired, okay, need to prepare a heart. And UDL mean like this, right? It focuses on 3 principles. Multiple means of engagement. Why student learn? Should we use game or should we use choices? Should we use blah, 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 like those things? So if we focus on, we have to do a needs analysis. Why student learn? Okay, today I use games activity. Most of the student learn. Next time I will use meaningful topic, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, this time they won't cooperate too much. So I need to use games quite often so that in order to let my student participate in those things. And what about multiple means of representation? How students receive information? As a teaching aid, should I use picture or should I use video? Should I use realia? Should I use gestures? Like those things. How students receive, okay? Because there are different types of learners, right? We need to prepare a lot of teaching aids for that. So the last universal design for learning is multiple means of actions and expression. How students show their learning. So we have to allow different way to demonstrate understanding. For example, some student can say sentence. Some student can draw a poster. Some student can add out in a dialogue. Some student can create a menu. But whatever they can do, we have to appreciate their efforts. Okay? According to their proficiency level, they can do like that. Okay, the topic is food, but we have to teach mixed ability class. Low level student can say sentence, good, perfect. We achieve our goal. Okay. For another student, you can draw a food poster. How nice, like those things. We have to appreciate their effort like this, no? Because different students have different achievement. We cannot, how can I say, although we set a learning objective, but according to the students' academic level or performance level, we need to set another goal. For the weak student, it is enough if they achieve like that, blah, blah, blah. If not solution, how can we control, right? So later they will improve. We cannot expect very low learner, okay, to create a menu on their own. No, right? Okay. If they can say sentences, it's enough. Here, Mali, one thing is that when we assign group work, sometimes it usually goes wrong. Now, this is an extra, right? No? Because when we set up group work, it usually go wrong because they use L1. Mostly in my class, they use L1, and there are a lot of noises, and there will be unequal participation. Some student participate, some student keep silence, and there will be some dominant students like this, right? So it is really difficult to control group work at the time. So in my class, for the weak student, if they cannot discuss using target language, I let them discuss in L1. But when they have to present their idea to the whole class, they have to use the target language. If not, so no idea at all. That's why I have to allow them, okay, discuss in L1. But remember, when you give your idea, present your idea to the whole class, you have to use the target language. If I don't allow them, there will be no idea coming up from their head. That's fine, but no. Let me show an example. Which should come first when we set up group work? Giving instructions or model or introduce or check understanding or start activity, which we can first?
Either.
I think introducing the activity to them, that what we're doing.
Yes, of course, yeah, like this, right? And next?
Then we can give the instructions.
Yeah, and then?
Then we can check understanding or we can give the models.
Okay, Thank you. Thank you for your answer, teachers. Okay, let me show you. Okay, this may be the correct order. First of all, we have to introduce. Okay, today we are going to study about food, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you have to match the pictures with the food, blah, 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 like those things. At the time, we have to do modeling first. For Yan learner, we have to model. Okay, and after that, we have to give instructions step by step. Okay, don't give too long instruction. So when we are giving instruction, there is the acronym, right? KISS. Keep it short and simple like this, right? So we have to give instructions, keep it short and simple. And after that, we have to check their understanding. Okay, and we cannot ask, okay, class, do you understand? They will say yes. But actually, it is a trap, no? If they say yes, it's a trap, okay? Because some student they don't understand, but they feel embarrassed to say yes, embarrassed to say no, right? So that's why they say, yes, teacher. So some students, they think that they understand. Actually, they don't. So let them do modeling. We have to, okay, so we are going to talk about this one. We are going to do this activity. Okay, class, okay, maybe for example, we are let them do about paperwork like this, right? So you have to take out these pictures. Okay, you have to color. Okay, color the nose red. Okay, where's the nose? And like those things, you have to color the nose. You have to do it modeling first. And after that, you have to give an instruction step by step. Okay, so you have to color the nose red. Where is the nose? The student will point out, this is nose. Okay, color it red. Which is the red color? Show me your pencil. Color. Okay, so color the red. Okay, color the nose red. Okay, finish. Okay, red nose. At the time, student will repeat. Okay, red nose, like those things. And then let them start an activity. Okay, so first of all, we have to introduce. We have to model first. The teacher have to do modeling first, not one time. And later you have to give instructions step by step. And you have to check understanding whether they can follow it. Let them, okay, talk about instruction. Okay, first you have to do blah, blah, blah. Second, that student will repeat. Okay, student will give a response. First, we have to do this one. Second, blah, blah, blah. That, blah, 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 like those things. And only after that, you have to start an activity. So that, okay, there will be less confusion. So this is the key takeaway for this today webinar. A flexible ELT teacher, they does not expect all learners to learn in the same way. Instead, they have to create multiple opportunity for students to understand, practice, demonstrate their English according to their individual needs like this. So any other questions, teacher? Sorry, no, I overshoot too much. Any other questions? If you have questions, feel free to ask me. I will try to explain as much as I can, teacher. Yes. You're welcome, teachers. Any other questions, teachers? Okay.
Teacher,
Yes.
I don't have any question back. Let me take a moment to appreciate your how should I say delivery, teachers, because as my prior knowledge, it is that I've always known that mixed ability classes is like such as lower level and higher level students. But after I joined your webinar, I have some insight of different kind of mixed ability classes, and I really appreciate your insights and sharing. Thank you, teacher. Yes.
Okay. You're welcome. Thank you so much for your appreciation, teachers. Okay. Yes, yes, you can too. Because you can use this technique while teaching other subjects like science and global. Yes, because you can let them do rotational group teaching and also station. You can found a station teacher. For example, you are teaching science, right? Science solution teaching. Let me explain in Burmese. No, but no science no message teaching. ကျမတို့ English စာနဲ့ဆက်ဆက်ပြီးလဲသင်လို့ရတယ်လी right ကလေးတွေကိုကျမတို့ဗာလဲ animals တွေသင်တော့မယ်ဒါဆို animals ဆိုသူတို့ရဲ့ habitats ကဘယ်လိုလဲဘယ်နေရာမှာနေမှာလဲအဲ့လိုမျိုးပုံစံနဲ့လဲကျမတို့တွဲလို့ရတယ်ပြီးတော့တခါလဲကျမတို့ဗာလဲသူတို့ drawing လေးလည်းလုပ်လို့ရတယ် ကလေးတွေရဲ့ level ပေါ်မှာလိုက်ပြီးပေါ့နော်တချို့ animals တွေနဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီး science မှာသင်ရတယ်ဟုတ်ပြီဒါဆိုဘယ် animals က wild animals တွေဘယ် animals ကကျမတို့ပါလဲဆိုရင် pet animals တွေဒါမျိုးပုံစံ example နေနဲ့ပေါ့နော်ဒါဆို teacher တို့ပါလဲဆိုရင် rotational group teaching လေးသွားလို့ရတယ် station လေးတွေတစ်ခုထားပေါ့ဒီ station မှာကလေးတွေကဘာလုပ်ရမှာလဲဟိုdifferentiate categorize လုပ်ရမယ်ဘယ်ဟာ wild animal လဲဘယ်ဟာ pet animal လဲနောက်တစ်ခုနောက် station တစ်ခုက NTC ရပေါ့နော်သူတို့ရဲ့ habitats လေးတွေနဲ့เนาะနောက်တစ်ခုကပါလဲသူတို့ရဲ့ habitats ရေသူတို့နေတဲ့နေရာလေးနဲ့ကျမတို့ matching လေးလုပ်လိုက်တာနောက်တစ်ခုကဒီဟာလေးနဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးစာကြောင်းလေးပြောခိုင်းတာအဲ့လိုမျိုးပေါ့နော်ကျမတို့ rotational group teaching လေးကို station လေးတွေထားပြီးသွားလို့ရတယ် teacher နော်အဲ့လိုပုံစံလေးလေးလုပ်လို့ရတယ်ပြီးတော့မှ teacher မတူတဲ့ task တွေ teacher assign လို့ပေါ့နော်ဒီ week ဖြစ်တဲ့ကျောင်းသားဆိုရင် teacher ဟောဘယ်လိုလွယ်တဲ့ task တွေချပေးမယ်ပေါ့နော်နည်းနည်း challenge ဖြစ်တဲ့ဟာမျိုးဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တော့ကျမတို့ကနည်းနည်း strong ဖြစ်တဲ့ကျောင်းသားကိုပေါ့နော် research လုပ်ခိုင်းတာတို့နော် data ရှာလိုက်ခိုင်းတာအဲ့လိုမျိုးတွေလုပ်လို့ရတယ်ပေါ့နော်ဒါမှမဟုတ် teacher group လေးနဲ့ပဲလုပ်မယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင် teacher သူတို့တေချာ assignment လုပ်ပေါ့နော်ဒီအဖွဲ့ထဲမှာဆိုရင်နည်းနည်း weak ဖြစ်တဲ့သူကပါလေဟိုစာရေးတဲ့နေရာမှာကူမာလား vocabulary check တဲ့နေရာမှာကူမာလားနော် strong ဖြစ်တဲ့သူက information ရှာမယ်ပြီးတော့မှ differentiate လုပ်မယ် discuss လုပ်မယ်ကဲဘယ်သူကတော့သူတို့ idea ကိုတန်းလုံးရှိမှထွက်ပြောမှာလဲအဲ့လိုပုံစံမျိုးလေးသုံးလို့ရပါတယ် teacher ဒါလေးတခြား subject သင်တဲ့အခါမှာလဲဟုတ်ကဲ့ပါ
Thank you ပါ teacher thank you so much နော် teacher
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ပါရပါ teacher you're welcome ပါ teacher any other
teacher video လေးရမလား teacher
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ပါ
တင်ထားတဲ့ video လေး
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ပါ video link လေးကိုကျွန်မ Telegram မှာပြန်ပြီးတော့ share ပေးပါမယ်နော်ဟုတ်ကဲ့ပါ
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ teacher ဟုတ်ကဲ့ပါကျေးဇူးပါ teacher
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ပါရှင်ဟုတ်ကဲ့ဆရာတို့ဆရာမတို့မေးစရာမေးခွန်းမရှိဘူးဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ကျွန်မဒီ webinar လေးကိုအန်လိုက်ပါမယ်နော်။ဘာလို့ဆိုတော့ teacher တို့အချိန်ကြီးတအားကြီးကျွန်မခိုးလိုက်တာဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်ပေါ့နော် so sorry for not overshooting and thank you so much for coming and joining today's webinar and I really appreciate all of your support okay for me thank you so much no teacher I will end it right now okay hope to see you
teacher
okay thank you
meet again
okay
thank you teacher
thank you so much okay I will end